Morning, evening, afternoon, night city. It is the champ here. We're ready to hang out. You know, something I wanted to do a little bit of impromptu here. It's been a while since I've talked to the people. It's been a while since I have put out a video. And of course, I just wanted to hang out with the people, And, there's too much news going on today. Too much news going on the last couple of weeks that I haven't made a video about or anything like that. And I figured, what better way than to just talk about it live on camera with the people, and we could talk about it live on chat. So, first things first, how is everyone doing tonight? Well, shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can't fix that. Sounds tiny. I bet I know what happened. Is that any better? What's up, Marshmallow? Trying to get this stream figured out. For some reason, my mic wants to act a fool. I would be doing better if this would have started out perfect. This is why I don't stream. This is why I don't do shit, because everything always goes wrong at first. Melon, how you been? It sounds the same. Properties. I don't know why it would be acting like that. Yeah, just try to refresh and see if it sounds any different, because I don't know why it would be sounding robotic, that's for sure. Because I'm using my good mic. It's fucking hot in this room. There we go. So, does that sound any better, Mr. I'm assuming this is Fako, right? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Nice one. I'm so proud of you, Fako. So I sounds good now, sounds better. All good, all good. Give it a second to get some people up in here. Start talking about things. 'Cause, I mean, we've gotten a lot of news. We've gotten a lot of information. We got the official delivery date, predicted delivery date. We got the retail release date predictions, and of course, we got the usual reveals. And we could talk about some cards. We could talk about really whatever we want. We do have the little hints that they put out that we could try to navigate through and try to figure out what they're hiding behind there. Those are one-liners. I mean, I already think I know what Sasha is. I think we all know which one Sasha is. But I think I know what the actual effect is. Of course, everybody believes that I have inside information. And a lot of people believe that I'm Donnie in disguise. If anything, I'm just an engram in his head to keep you people entertained. Do you think... Let me see if this pops up right. Do you think this image right here, do you think these are a bunch of Sasha cards? I feel like these are a bunch of Sasha cards right here. It's one thing I've been trying to... Can't hide us... Exactly. Can't hide from Donnie. I think this is a bunch of Sasha cards, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I think this is Judy? Breakdance Maestro? What do I think the effect is? So, I think that it's going to be... It has 0 power, and it's a legend. So I think it has go solo. So you play it to go solo. And then what she wants to do is swing in to something, whether it be it had to be a unit because you can't swing into your opponent to not and just kill itself. The whole point is sort of okay. I'm starting to ramble, so let me tell you what I think it does first. So, it is 0 power, blue, legend card. It has go slow, so you can play it out. It has defeated on it, which says defeated. When this reveal your opponent's hand, and you get to pick one and trash it. So basically, the whole idea behind this is, if you've seen the "Let You Down" music video, she exposes Biotechnica for a specific medication that they fed her mom, which killed her mom, and then so when she revealed the truth, she had to die to reveal the truth because she put herself in a compromising position when she could have did the job that she was supposed to do with main and crew, stealing whatever data they were going for. But, revenge is sweet. So I think it's, you swing with it, you defeat her by... Exactly. So I think the whole point is to kind of hand rip your opponent, and you also get the information that's in their hand, which is kind of part of revealing the truth a little bit. But I do think that's one of the big things. Here, we'll go to the blog here, and we're going to pull up the blog where they're giving us the hints. How about that? We'll talk about it while we have them here. 24 clues about upcoming card reveals. So the one that we're talking about here is a legend that with Go Solo and 0 power that will never let you down. That is, to me, clearly a hint at the Let You Down music video. So this has to be Sasha. Well, what good would a legend be with 0 power if it didn't have a defeated ability? So, and I believe it has to be a defeated ability because she does die. Spoilers, everybody who's tuning in and, they haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, can you really call yourself a Cyberpunk fan? Who's to say? But this is what makes the most sense to me because she's exposing the truth. So we can go all the way down from the top and all the way down the bottom. So a legend that rewards you for rolling a 20. Now, I talked about this earlier in the chat in the Discord that I originally brought up that it could be a program, but I forgot that it says a legend. And I'm trying to think of what legend would want you to roll a 20, go really big. And the only person that can come to mind has got to be a Johnny Silverhand card, but I can't say that for an absolute fact. But I feel like out of all the ones that you could think of, that I could potentially think of, it'd be a Johnny Silverhand legend. I mean, I don't see it being Rogue. I don't see it being, and it could be a legend that we haven't even seen yet. A luck-based legend, but I think it would be a Johnny Silverhand. A legend that says defeat a rival unit. I am pretty sure that this is referring to Adam Smasher. That's another kind of potential clue. This could be a Johnny, and then of course they're going to put Adam Smasher right after it. And so who's to say, because I mean Adam Smasher comes into play and he defeats a rival unit, so that has to be Adam Smasher most likely. I mean it could be so we're talking about for set 1. These are all clues for set 1, and so Faraday would certainly exist in the game, but I feel like it would be set 2 for Faraday because that's a Cyberpunk Edgerunner set. So my whole thought is going to be, I'm thinking in the vein of 2077. But if we want to talk about rich people, we could, Dex would be an interesting one. We could think about, I mean, I don't really foresee them having a Carrie Urdine legend, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely not alt. I don't really think it's going to be Rogue. And it could be, I'm trying to think of who else. Oh, if they had one of the Fixer. We did. We got more Edgerunner stuff in the set 1 that I could have expected by a wide margin. But Could be anything. With Weird Co, anything's possible. With Weird Co Donnie, anything's possible. With the Champ, anything is possible. But so strictly speaking, with just 2077 in mind, I feel like it's probably gonna be Johnny. Maybe if like we didn't get Mr. Hands as a legend, so I don't think it's gonna be like Mr. Hands would be kind of cool, but he's not really a risk taker like that. So I think it's Johnny personally. A unit with 7 power that can be played for as little as 1 eddy. I honestly couldn't tell you what that possibly could be. That's one of those ones where I just don't know. And we're thinking in the vein of stuff that hasn't been revealed yet, but I know some of these probably have been revealed because I believe there's already V's Dying Knight, which cares about V existing, which is all the way down here. So a gear that wants to be equipped to V, so that has to be V's Dying Knight. A card with the reminder text, you still pay its cost. We would have to pull up the card database. So we could pull up the card database here and see if there's something that matches that in theme or something that reads that. So and I know with that specific clue, someone had brought up Alt Cunningham, which I need to reread the effect because they 27 power Nibbles for that would be a great card. I mean, Nibbles is the final boss. Nibbles is Mr. Blue Eyes as a cat. So where's Alt? So yeah, this is why they think it's Alt Cunningham. Like what? And I could see the logic behind it because it does say you still pay its cost at the very bottom. So you pay 1 eddy and tap and play it from your trash, and you bottom deck it after you play it. So that last part of it, we're gonna diverge real quick and talk about that effect because it just kind of like dawned on me that you have to pay its cost still, and I realized that's probably a good idea because paying 1 eddy and resting arresting her, which is basically paying 2 for like a super powerful program, would probably be pretty broken. So I could see that you probably want to have to be able to pay its cost. This is just effectively letting you treat your trash as a second hand. Basically, you have your programs that you could play down in your trash with Alt Cunningham, Soul Killer Architect, which is why I love this legend so much. So we're gonna go back over to that. So I think this is probably Alt Cunningham here. A card with both Maelstrom tag and Mox tag. So this, I believe, is going to be, there hasn't really been a reveal yet, but we can go, there is an art in the Discord that has Screw and his girlfriend, I think. And I think that could be potentially what they're talking about here. Official social media, scrolling through. I'm not going to sit here and waste too much time, but I think that could be the case there. It's Screw and his girlfriend. His girlfriend was probably a Mox, and therefore that's going to get the Maelstrom and the Mox tag. I think that's most likely what that's going to be. I haven't even read that comic book yet, but so then we come back to a gear that wants to be equipped to V. That's going to be V's Dying Knight. That's got to be, unless there's another like iconic gear that's V's, but there really, to my knowledge, isn't one. Unless we're gonna think we're gonna go out of the box here. Unless this is the relic. This is the relic that V, puts in his brain, her brain, to stay alive. That has Johnny in it. Seesaw, welcome to the stream. I am alive. I am here. Have no fear. I'm here to talk to you about the Cyberpunk TCG. We're doing the predictions with the hints that they gave us, kind of going through the champ's mind to see what I might think these are. So we're talking about a gear that wants to be equipped to V. And like I was saying, I think it's probably the relic. Or it's probably just V's Dying Knight. We're probably overthinking that. We're cooking too hard over here. So a gear that wants to be equipped to V, if it's the relic, I mean, I think I saw somewhere in the Discord, I'm not going to sit here and steal somebody's idea, but I saw somewhere in the Discord that they brought up a cool concept that if the V that it's equipped to dies, you get to play a Johnny Silverhand out because Johnny would effectively take it over. And so that could be potentially, but I feel like if it was that kind of effect, it would have to be a Johnny unit, maybe. Probably a Johnny unit. Maybe a Johnny Legend, but then being able to play out a Johnny Legend free would probably be kind of broken. This is the same white monster that I've had since this morning, and it still tastes delicious. I need another energy drink, though. Alright. So, a card that lets you play the top card of your deck for free. You know what? It's obviously got to be a program. Well, it may not be a program. See, this is what's hard. Because, like, we could go through the art, all the art choices, and I don't really have, like, a compilation of all the arts. It's no wonder that I haven't had a heart attack yet. So right off the rip, I could think of like Don't Fear the Reaper. That could be a card that like you don't fear what could be at the top of your deck, kind of putting a risk on it. I feel like that could be potentially what it is. But really, I'm kind of a little lost there. We just talked about this card, a legend with Go Solo, then 0 power. That will never let you down. That is obviously the Cat Girl, Sasha, Loketa, and Clark. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to all the Sasha fans out there. And a legend that gives units power when you play a Brain Dance. So this card, I had a theory on the actual effect, which is it would be Judy Brain Dance Maestro. And I think what the effect would be is probably quick. When you play a program card, give +1 power to your units for every program card in your trash, up to like probably a certain amount. Well, I don't know, because playing programs does cost a lot, so it might not have a cap. So if we didn't have a cap, that'd be kind of broken, because it rewards you from playing for playing a lot of brain dances, obviously, and that's like Judy's thing. She's a brain dance maestro. So this, I think, is the Judy card for sure. An epic gear that can directly defeat a rival unit every turn. I have no idea what that could be. I mean, I'm trying to think of all like the iconic gear that you can get in 2077, and I nothing rings true to my head right off the bat. It's been a while since I played 2077, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I feel like my first thought goes into like the cyber deck with the black wall that you put in your brain, but we haven't got any Phantom Liberty stuff yet, so it's not impossible for us to get Phantom Liberty stuff, but I feel like that might be like a set 3 or something like that, if they're not putting Phantom Liberty in the main first set. So this one is a little bit kind of I'm drawing a blank on. Like, I'd have to look at the list of all the iconic gear that would allow for that. A unit that says, at the end of your turn, ready up to 3 friendly units. Now, this we could look at 2 different ways. So this could be meant to be a unit that pushes the aggressive, the aggro, like you're putting a bunch of weenies out so you have good board presence, or you could in fact this could be for defensive strategies. So think about like if Saburo Arasaka, this guy here, think about if he had a unit. You probably can't even see that. Blurry. But Saburo Arasaka, so he is the patriarch of Arasaka, right? So what if he had a unit or maybe it could be Hanako Arasaka, because she's basically the princess of Arasaka. Just think about a Corpo Arasaka, someone in charge. It could be Saburo, it could be Hanako, it could be Yorinobu. And when it, like, at the end of your turn, you ready 3 blockers. Like, cards that can protect you, protect the Emperor of Arasaka, protect, the Princess of Arasaka. That's kind of another way to think about it. Like, there's 2 definitely different routes that they can go with this kind of effect. I think it would be cool to have it as an aggro strat, but the problem is that this is the type of unit or type of like ability that could be very, very overpowering. Because again, like you just said, Faco, making it a blocker so you could use it on tap, like having a bunch of blockers for free is strong out of nowhere. But then also it being an aggressive turn, I think it would be a little bit less. It's tough to say, because if you ready your aggro units up, it protects them from being killed, which I think that defeats the purposes. Like, that kind of shores up a weakness of aggro, where a lot of aggro has like smaller cards, easier to kill, and that would protect them from being killed. But I feel like I think I'm leaning more to the defensive strategy. That has to be like ready up 3 units, but it doesn't have to be. Maybe they're leaving some text out. That could be potentially true too, because Panam, that she could have the ability to ready up like some nomads, and that could be like an aggro storm strat, and then that's the duality of this card. It's kind of cool that there is that much like variance to what that just one line of text be. That could not even be the actual full line of text too. That's the other crazy thing. So let us move on to the next one after I pull chat back up. A med tech unit that punishes your rival for controlling more gigs. A med tech rival. See, this is where you're gonna start seeing my brain, my knowledge of NPCs in Cyberpunk really shows, because that probably sounds like it's going to be a character from one of the Trauma Team comic books or something like that. And I feel like that would probably be a blue card or a yellow card, because blue card wants, minimum value and all that, but also I feel like yellow is like more of the balanced color, where you have to have. Is it the balanced color, or is green the balanced color? Like green, like one of them needs you to have one, like a high number and a low number, like in terms of gigs, and I think it's yellow. So, like a med tech unit that basically on play, if your opponent has more gigs than you draw a card, or you draw 2 cards, or something along the line of maybe you rest a unit, maybe you just defeat a unit, or maybe it could be a discard card. Like if you have more gigs, then your opponent gets to rip a card from your hand, which, for the love of God, please no. If I can't have mill strategies, they better not make hand control real viable. I hate hand control. It is the most evil strategy known to man. Alright. A legend that lets you attack with the same unit twice in a turn. I actually think we have this card already. It's just not, like, you have to go a little bit big brain about it, but we'll go into it. I think I'm going to go into the legends here. We're going to pull up the list. I'm prepared, sort of. So, legends. So, we're looking at, I think it's a green legend. Unit turn. I'm trying to find the one that restands a unit. There is, I believe there is, isn't there one? I swear that there is a legend or something that lets you restand a unit like on play or something like that. Oh gosh. Maybe not. I don't see it. I mean, No, 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 no. It's Pan Am. So Pan Am, this is she lets you pay 2 eddies. You spend her. You equip a gear from her to an unequipped unit, and if you do, you ready that unit. So what this is basically letting you do is you swing with the unequipped unit, then you pay 2 and you rest Pan Am. You equip that unit, make it more powerful, and then it's ready to go again, and you swing with that unit again. This is a card that lets you a unit attack twice. So I think this is for sure. Well, I can't say for sure because until we see all the cards, we don't know. But if we were gonna pick out of all the cards that have been revealed, I think this is that card. And just like you were talking about, Faco, this at the end of the turn, if you have 5 or more friendly units and/or legends equipped, if 5 or more friendly units and/or legends are equipped, ready them. So this is going to be a legend that you play a lot of smaller units on. So I think that's why this one here that we were talking about, the one that lets you ready up 3 friendly units at the end of your turn, I think that it's not that specific Pan Am. It could be a Pan Am card, like a Pan Am unit card, or it could be like another Nomad card. Now that we see that. All right. So then a program that wants your fixer area to be empty. Now, this ability is obviously very, very late game. This is where you go into overtime. This is probably like a program that wins you the game if you play it, because your fixer area is empty. That means all your gig dice are gone. Like, you have no more to roll. You're going into overtime. So this is probably going to help you push for that win. Like, because depending on the turn, if you're going first, you could run out of gig dice in your fixer area before overtime goes into effect, because overtime goes into effect when both players cannot roll a dice anymore. So this could be like a player one's first turn, running out of gigs before overtime. So it could be like a big swing in your favor to try to secure that victory, to have 7 more gigs in your gig area. So now this could be Towerfall. This could be maybe Don't Fear the Reaper. There could be a lot of different actual of the cards of the things that you could see that have been revealed. As far as art goes, there's a lot. I mean, if I had a Discord be able to be pulled up, I mean, without setting up a new scene, I would pull it up and we can go through the art. But I think that's what that's trying to do. It's probably going to push for like game. It's probably like an all in, all or nothing card. Well, I shouldn't say all or nothing, because you may not die, but it's going to cost a lot. It's going to be like an 8-cost program, basically. A program referencing a cult that defeats any unit. So, what cults are in Cyberpunk that we know about? Like actual, because I wouldn't consider Maelstrom a cult. That's a gang. I can't think of what. There's like a cult within Maelstrom. Like if any of you guys played 2077, I'm assuming you have. There is that Cyber Psycho mission where you go to that Maelstrom area in North Watson, where that crazy cult lady who's going Cyber Psycho with like the blade legs and everything. It's in that bathtub, and there's that like ritual circle. It could be that, but I don't think that cult had like a name to it. So if you guys know what cult this is, I would like to know, but I don't know. Well, I guess because Voodoo Boys isn't a cult. It's just another gang. It's kind of culty, but they're not really into the actual voodoo part of it. Moving on. A legend that can defeat itself from the legend zone to save another unit's life. So this has to be one of the legends, one of the supporting cast, one of the main characters within Cyberpunk TCG, or excuse me, Cyberpunk 2077, that sacrifices themselves. The Lilith Cult? Is that what that was called? The Lilith Cult. I'm drawing a blank on that. I need to play 2077 again. But legend that could defeat itself from the legend zone to save another unit's life. Who do we know in V's friends group, his people, that would sacrifice their life to protect a unit? And my first immediate thought goes to Jackie. I feel like Jackie would do something like that. But we have 2 Jackie legend cards? Or is it 2? Is it 1 Jackie unit card and 2 Jackie legend? Or, excuse me, 1 Jackie legend card and 2 Jackie unit cards. One moment. I gotta put some music on. Johnny, he saved V. Porg Champ TCG, welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight? I could see Johnny being it, but Johnny depends on which version of Johnny. If it's like late game Johnny, sure. But like early game, early life Johnny, probably not. Johnny's not sacrificing his life for anyone, probably other than Alt or Rogue. But very, very good thought. Johnny didn't even cross my mind. If the music's too loud, gents, let me know. I could turn it down. But I need my favorite head. So, next one, we got a program named after a main job that lets you play a gear you find for free. So this is the one that a lot of people were talking about. Don't Feel the Reaper beat. Like, that's the only art that we have seen so far that is a main... like a main questline job, I believe, which is Don't Fear the Reaper. Unless that was just a Johnny side questline. Deramping to save a unit seems very red. It's favoring keeping units alive in combat, so another reason I think it's Johnny. That's honestly a really valid way to think about it, for sure. This tastes like straight battery acid. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like it has like that white monster taste with the immediate like warm energy drink like burn to it. But this for sure has to be Don't Feel the Reaper. So that kind of throws out my idea earlier, that program that lets you play, or a card that lets you play the top card of your deck for free. But so that means it would have to be a yellow card. So Don't Feel the prediction. This is Don't Fear the Reaper, a yellow card, a yellow program card, and it lets you play a gear for free. You know what? You have a point, Porg. You have a point. Like, I'm just kind of going based off of what we know now, because I know, like, I keep waiting for Konpeki Plaza to show up as a card art, because I know they haven't had that card art revealed, and I know we still have like art reveal season as well as card reveal season. But from what we know, from what we've seen, the only one we can go with is Don't Fear the Reaper. But that is a good guess, Port. The Konpeki Plaza. That's a really good pick. All right, a program that lets you sell an additional card for that turn. So, there's 2 ways we could think about this clue here. This is either going to be, we're going to go back to cards, we're going to go to the programs. This is either going to be the one we just got, which is the bootleg Black Sapphire show that they're talking about here, or it's another ramp card. And the reason why I think it could be another ramp card is this card isn't exactly letting you sell another card for the turn, like an extra card. This card is selling a card for you from the top of your deck. So that makes me think that there is another ramp card incoming to make playing Yellow Atom Smasher even easier. Now, if that's true, this is the problem that I have with this game right now that's really hard for me to figure out what I want to do as like a player. Like right now I'm leaning blue and I'm leaning red, but there's a little bit about yellow that I really enjoy, especially since there's a ramp card in it. They have ramp going on. Like weirdly green is the one color that I'm like eh. But like blue, red, and yellow, mostly blue, more red, and a little bit yellow, I've been really enjoying. But really what's carrying yellow for me for my interest is going to be the big Atom Smasher. That's a nuke on field. And of course now you have ramp. But like I said, because this isn't actually allowing you to sell another card, like, and I'm thinking about it in like a literal sense, because this says sell the top of card of your deck. So it's not letting you, the player, sell it. It's letting you are just selling it from the top of your deck. This is saying that it lets you sell an additional card for that turn. So I'm thinking there's a second ramp card incoming. Just got to play all. Well, see, here's the thing though. If I play all the colors, I can't play Atom Smasher because that is a 6 ram unit. And realistically, I feel like my brain would explode trying to make 3 colors work in this game. Even though I'm sure it's possible. A gear that lets you play any unit from Welcome to Night City in your trash for free. Now this line of text has been such a red herring for a lot of tombs in the Discord, because a lot of people are thinking, like they're looking at Welcome to Night City as like literally only from Welcome to Night City, which I think it's going to be a gear that lets you play any unit from the game. Like I don't think that'd be a really I think this card will literally be called Welcome to Night City. That would be an interesting card. What would that card do? Well, but yeah, I think this is like just, I couldn't tell you which gear this would be, but it's probably a yellow card, because, well, no, because it's not gear. It's not yellow. It's probably a red or a green card, like if it's talking about playing units for cheap or for free like that. But I do think the card is going to be more than just Welcome to Night City. Like you're not just playing Welcome to Night City. But Pork Champ, that is a very good line of thinking. Like maybe the hint there is that the name of the card is Welcome to Night City. We haven't gotten art called that yet, but that is a good idea. Unless you're talking about the last card. A unit that could draw you up to 12 cards when it's defeated. Holy shit. So that has to be it's probably a blue or a yellow card. Maybe a green? I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of card draw effects in green. Let's go to the card database and look at the different cards here. So it's a unit. So we're going to change the type of unit. So, I mean, really, every set, every color has card draw. So I can't say it, blue's the card draw color or yellow's the card draw. That new Johnny rework? Oh, really? Interesting. So, is it Hanako? No, Hanako doesn't have a defeated effect. Oh! Well, hold on. Draw one. No, because you can't. That has a limited amount too. Because it's not Jackie, because it's defeated and it lets you draw one. I don't think this is Jackie because it says up to 12 cards when it's defeated. No, maybe. No, you might have a point there. You honestly might have a point there, because you could have. Well, wouldn't it be 14? Because, well, no, I'm stupid. Yeah, you're right. It is Jackie. It's 100% Jackie, because there's 12 gig dice, and then if you have them all, he's defeated. You draw one for each one that has an odd value, which takes a lot of setup. That is really good thinking. I didn't really think about that. Good job, Pork Champ. Good job. I had to do the math on that. I had to figure it out in my brain. The champ isn't always the smartest. A certain net runner that can prevent your gigs from being stolen. This could be a lot of people because I don't. It's not alt unless they gave her another card, which isn't impossible. It's probably not. Well, so if you control Fako, so if you control all 12 gig dice, which is possible to do. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that either. I didn't know it was called lag either. That's crazy. That's honestly I was waiting for them to name it properly, but I haven't seen that yet. So that's news to me. But to answer your question, Fako, we have 6 gig dice, and your opponent has 6 gig dice. If you are really stomping someone's asshole into the dirt, you could control all 6 of them, or all 12 gig dice. I don't know, man. That's tough. Nope, they're friendly. Nope, every dice you control. Like, I even checked with Weirdco themselves because I thought originally, and like this is what I got wrong in the gameplay video that I posted a long time ago with my buddy when we were playing with the Alpha Kit cards, is that I thought that the captured gig dice were still considered rival gig dice, but if you control them, they are considered friendly gig dice. So if you had all of them somehow, it's you could potentially have a draw of 12. That'd be really, really hard to do, and if you were able to pull that off, you're probably winning that game no matter what. So the card draw kind of doesn't matter, but it could be a different card. But back to this. So a net runner that can prevent your gigs from being stolen. So this could be Spider Murphy. This could be, I mean, any voodoo boy, but it could be like, we already have Maman Brigitte. Who's all the net runners that we like really know? T-Bug. It could be T-Bug. Oh yeah, the Netwatch guy. But the Netwatch agent you meet at during the Voodoo Boys like storyline, is he important enough as a character to be referred to as a certain net runner? Like that implies to me that it's like a semi-important character. But I could be wrong. A unit that can gain up to 20 power when it attacks. So let's go to the units again. So it's gotta be a unit. We'll see if it's a unit that we already have. So when it on attacks, so I don't think it's El Sombreron because it gains power on attack equal to a friendly max gig turn. Oh wait, it could be El Sombreron because if you have, we'll say, like a D20 somehow, like if you get to the late game, right? You roll your D20, you roll, you know, if it just has this base 4, you roll your D20, you could, well, is it max 20? Up to 20, so it's max 20. So never mind, this can't be it. Because you could go over 20 on attack if you rolled high with your because like the next highest kick dice is D12. Max of 12 is only gonna get you to 16. So we're gonna go through some more. It has to be a red card. I think that would be a red card, but going through here, I mean, it could be Jackie again, but realistically not. They're not gonna have 2 hints for the same unit, basically. What do we think of this Atom Smasher art? I'm not necessarily sure if I like this Atom Smasher art. It's like the opposite side of the iconic art, but I'm not sure. Like, let me clarify. I think all of the art in this game looks awesome, but I don't know if I like this art as much as the other Atom Smashers. But man, I want to play this card so bad. Look at that. Like he doesn't even have any like cheeks, man. Like those are his hips, and that's like a tailbone armor. He is not cheeked up. He doesn't have an ass. So let's go back to the units and see if we can figure something out here. So we're looking for the attack. I don't know. Attack. So yeah, I don't think we. Well, that's what I'm saying, Pork. It's if you got to your last turn with a D20, he is not if you look at that art, if you look at that crazy art, if you have your D20, because it's the only way you're hitting 20, you could roll, if you roll a 16 or higher, you're going above 20. So oh, you mean like, I think I see what you're saying. I think you mean like he can gain, never mind, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid, I figured it out. I get what you're saying. You guys are right. It's El Sombreron. It's gain a maximum of 20 from the dice, not up. I'm stupid. I see what you're saying. I'm not smart, okay? I'm just fun. I had to think about that. I had to talk my way through it. A program that can defeat any unit for only 3 eddies. Isn't that just cyber psychosis? I feel like that's just cyber psychosis. Because then yeah, it's 3 cost. I mean, I feel like this is just cyber psychosis, but like the problem with that hint though is it sort of implies that like no matter what you're gonna kill it. This requires your opponent to swing. So I feel like it might not be cyber psychic. That's Dex's money-themed pistol. You know, that could be true. Because that could be like an effect, not so much like not so much a cost of the unit itself. Well, no, it can't be Dex because it's a program. Dex would be a legendary unit. See, I agree, Porg. It's gotta be cyber psychosis, but I think like where I kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit is like I look at the specific wording, but I think that the hints are probably just vague enough that they're not really meant to be like specific, I guess is the best way to put it. They're supposed to make you think, but I think we're right. I think it's psychosis. No, you can put it on any unit. Give an equipped unit. So it has to be a unit with equipment. So you'll see right there. So it can be any unit, and it gives it 3 powers. So if you're, and it has the quick ability. So you could, in response, like for example, you know, Atom Smasher. I don't know why you would put this on that. Like if this was the only way to get rid of Atom Smasher. It just gets rid of problems. Like you could be, but if you have a blocker, right? So your opponent swings, they activated any of their reaction, quick stuff that on their turn. You get your turn where you can activate this, and then if you have a blocker on field, you could then block with it. I think that's how the sequence would go. So a card that gives your opponent a choice unless you have more street cred. So this is a red card. And the reason why I know it's a red card is because it wants you to have more street cred than your opponent. And red wants maximum street cred value. So it's gotta be a red card for one. So I feel like it's probably gonna be a program that makes your opponent choose between like if you like choose between keeping a unit or or like getting rid of a gig or something like that, like removing a gig. It'd have to be a painful choice, like keeping a unit or discarding a card, or keeping a unit. And it can't do anything with gigs, because that'd make the game go longer than it needs to be. They want to stay at that fixed 7 turns, so it's not going to do anything with a gig. So it's got to be like kill a unit or discard a card. A unit with 7 power that can be played for as little as 1 eddy. Now we're going to go back to the units, because I don't know if there's been a unit revealed that has something like that, but I don't think it does, so it has like a cost reduction, but it could be wrong. Ignore my messy hair. I know, I can't wait for the release either. I'm ready for my cards. I'm ready to sling some cardboard. Nibbles the cat would be pretty baller. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that like reduces his cost. So it's got to be a card that hasn't been revealed yet, for one. And it's a unit with 7 power. So I don't think there's a way we could sort through the power, can we? Oh, we can. So the only 7 power unit that's been revealed is the MTO D12 Flathead, and we already know its effect, so it's not that. So it is certainly a card that we haven't gotten yet. A legend that says defeat a rival unit, that is going to be Atom Smasher, and of course a legend that rewards you for rolling a D20, or rolling a 20, that's probably Johnny Silverhand. We already kind of talked about those at the beginning. So those are kind of like my ideas for what could potentially be the... I love the people, Neo Valley. Welcome to the stream. How's your night going? Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Rather than make it, I'm behind on making videos because I'm bad at keeping up with that, to be perfectly honest. So I wanted to do a stream just to hang out with the people. We could talk about the game together. We could do all kinds of things. So those are the clues that we got. Now let's talk about the blog, the information that we got yesterday. So production, we got information yesterday about production. Look at that massive stack of cards. Those are all uncut cards, man, and I want them all. Like, for those who backed at the tier 7, do you think that your uncut sheets are going to be that big? Thank you. Thank you, Faker. Thank you. I mean, you're kind of not really getting that good of a look of it, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So, one thing we can glean from this is that these are not legend backs. They are not like a sheet full of legends. You think it's just like 6x6, like 6 cards, 6 cards? So it'd be like this corner here. I think that's probably about it, but damn. I'm just going through the pictures quick. I mean, we could talk about the information if you guys want to, but I mean, just as a reminder, they're trying to deliver to us by September 1st. September 1st. I mean, wake me up when September gets here, but honestly, I still got Gen Con to go to, so wake me up when Gen Con gets here, and then wake me up when September gets here. And then, of course, beta events are going to start September 10th and 17th, so I'm going to have to go yell at my LGS, say, hey, are you running a beta event? And then, of course, full retail release following 7 days later. Oh, excuse me. Pre-release events also scheduled for the weekend of October 30th, so right before Halloween. And then the full retail release is going to be on November 6th. So November 6th, Chooms. November 6th, we are going to be in the full swing of the Cyberpunk TCG. We are going to finally reach chapter 1 of this story. Because remember, guys, this is all the prologue. The Kickstarter, the soon, the waiting, this is all prologue. We're just getting started with the Cyberpunk TCG. When this game launches, that's the beginning of chapter 1. And that is when the real fun begins. So we're going to go down to the actual pictures that they showed off here. So this is where we were trying to figure out if this was Sasha. And I think it's Sasha. Well, hold on. Scroll. Oops, shit. Who's that right there? Who's that right there? I don't know if you can see my cursor. We got ourselves a Judy there. I'm trying to figure out who the hell this is. Is that Rogue? I think that's Sasha. No, you know what? Deadass. I just figured it out. Those are the two. So I don't know who is the one all the way on the left here. I don't know who the one that's on the left here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. I don't know who that is. This, I think, is Rogue. And both of these are Sasha. I think there is... this is like an alt art. And just by the shape of her dome, that also looks like Sasha. Like, she has, like, the same haircut. So I think these are both Sasha. Well, that's... This one might... I need to go look at the Sasha art. Because they revealed the art. So, maybe this is different art. Maybe only one of these is Sasha. But that definitely looks like Sasha. Just from the haircut. But this also looks like Sasha, too. Who the hell is this, guys? I'm going to have to steal one of Fako's uncut sheets. So then, here is the real. Oh my God! Like, look at just all those piles of cards. So, are these like? These might be like. I'm trying to figure out what these are. I mean, no, okay, yeah, this is just white paper covering that. Okay, never mind. Ignore that. I was trying to figure out why what didn't look like this one. So these are all full uncut sheets. Look at that. Holy hell. I'm gonna steal one of Fako's uncut sheets. Man. It's tough, because I wish we could... I want to see these cards so bad, man. So, in my time with the Dragon Ball Super card game, Masters specifically, the players, the community had gotten really good at reading blurry-ass photos, but this is even too blurry for even the biggest decoders. Damn. What's so crazy, right? Is they are just now telling us that they are in full production. And they already have that many stacks ready to go. I love you, Fako. I love you, buddy. Alright. Next picture. So, in the podcast... Luhan showed us this photo, and he went through all the people, all the team members. Now, would you guys believe that this handsome guy right here is the champ in disguise? Would you guys believe that's the champ in disguise? Meaning, Donnie. 1 minute, checking my text messages. So here's the thing about Donnie, right? I don't know what I thought he was gonna look like because I hadn't seen what he looked like once. I didn't think that's what he looked like. Is it? Because I have him on LinkedIn, or I found him on LinkedIn, but it didn't have a picture. He probably finally put his picture on there because it got exposed. Tubin Monkey, what's up, my guy? How are you doing? Yeah, we're live. We're hanging out with the people. We're having a conversation. We're just talking about Cyberpunk TCG. How is your night going? I know we were talking about doing a podcast episode today. We hadn't really nailed down a day for it, but we could still do one. That's for damn sure. I'm still down to do it. Look how happy they all look. I want to be in this picture. Does anybody else want to be in a picture like this? I want to be in a picture like this. Look at these happy dudes. And of course, more happy faces. I want his Edgerunners 2 hoodie. I forgot who these people's names are. I'm so bad at... Here's the thing about the champ, right? The champ sucks at remembering names. I will remember your face forever. I really will. I will remember your face forever. But I might forget your name. It's all good, Tubin. It's all good. Life happens. We all get busy. It's not a big deal. You got more important videos to make anyway, other than hanging out with this goof. Whoever's taking these pictures, they're doing a very good job. Look at how beautiful these pictures are. I'm trying to spot. There's Donnie again. There's Donnie again. He took off his hat this time, thinking he's slick. That is Donnie again. Wild Donnie is spotted. Or some people might say that's me in disguise. Shit. Oh, that's all of them. Oh, hell yeah. What did she get for a tattoo? Kirkland brand Tony Hawk. Holy shit. Yeah, the actual Donnie. I mean, the actual Donnie's right here. I'm sitting right here in front of you. I'm the real Donnie. So let's talk about... We're going to go back to a few weeks ago when they talked about the color tree. So, first of all, this color, I love this. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but this color tree, color pie, color chart is so cool. Like, just aesthetically, I love it. She's getting a red clover and a bee on her upper right arm. That has to have a very specific meaning, because otherwise, that's an interesting look. But did she take it like a champ? Did she cry? Did she handle the pain? Now, here's another thing. So, there's something very special about this color tree, this color pie, this color chart. They have acknowledged me by putting the champ stamp front and center of the color chart. So, every time you see the color chart, you could think of the champ. Now, okay. So, let's actually talk about the color chart itself. She's getting it done in a few weeks. Just went and sat down. Oh! So she didn't actually get tattooed. I read lined up and thought she got like the outline done. My bad. Tubin, what colors are you looking at? I don't think I've ever asked you that. What colors are you thinking about for the color tree? Like, based off of like what I've seen on your channel. For some reason, I feel like you're a green guy, but maybe I'm wrong. Because I can't remember what you have as your like actual role. It's all black, everything. See, I knew it. I knew you were a green guy. So then you tell me what is your favorite card in green? Actually, everybody in the chat, tell me what your favorite card in the color that you want to play is. Champ theme set confirmed as colorless then. Listen, I can't reveal any more insider information, Faco. You know, there is I cannot confirm nor deny that there is a secret hidden color that has not been revealed that is also known as colorless. My Goro, Vengeful Goro. So you're talking about this guy. Vengeful Bodyguard. So you're a defensive. Listen, I'm not gonna judge you for misspeaking. I gotta clean my lenses, but I gotta do it without taking the shades off. Listen, hands unclean. I see. So, see, now you're changing it up on me. Let's pull up hands unclean. So you like the the legend. He says, "Give me both." You know, I'm gonna put this art is sick, and I know for a fact when we get these cards in foil, that card's gonna look gorgeous in foil because let's check I need to look at the rarity system again. 1 second. All right. So I'm looking at the rarity system here. So this is an epic rare. So by default, this card is going to have foil. Hands up. But like if it didn't get a foil, this is one of the cards that's in the beta box. And the beta box foiling is gonna look so good. The beta box was one of the coolest things they could have did. I do too. Everything about the design that they put into the art of the cards themselves and how they incorporate it to delineate how special it is so nice. Because I love some extended art. I really do. Are any of you guys Faderhead fans? I'm not sure how many people know actually like Fader. So, is my favorite art revealed yet in here? Oh no, they took it off. So, I don't know what my favorite art is. So, I think my favorite art was the iconic rarity of Adam Smasher, which was him holding the head up. But I don't know if that is my favorite art or not. That's really honestly a good question. But if we're gonna go through the list here and talk about my favorite art here, yeah, it's gotta be Ender of Legends, man. There's just something about this art that I love. It's gritty. It's still stylistically, it's like a comic book cover. I think, I don't know. It definitely looks like it could have came out of a comic book. I could just without it having a bunch of blood and gore and guts. I could that shit right there scares the fuck out of me because I could see myself being that poor choom right here getting strangled, about to take the biggest knife in my ass from Adam Smasher. It's probably a bad way to phrase that, but but it's just so menacing. But I think this is my favorite art. It's weird because I'm not even like so. It's weird because I'm more of a Militech fan, but I love Adam Smasher. Like, he's just the boss. So, my current color combinations that I've been probably said 1,000 times over is something to do with blue and red. If yellow gets more ramp cards, like we were talking about earlier when we were doing our predictions, I might go full yellow, like hard pivot to yellow, because I want to play the yellow Smasher unit so bad, just to drop my nutsack on the board and blow up all the units. But I don't know. Because I don't know which version of Adam I want, because like I want to be able to play them both, but they smartly sorry for bumping the mic. They smartly made it to where yellow Adam Smasher is a 6 RAM unit, so you have to play mono yellow. And I don't know if I would want to play mono yellow Smasher. Oh, let's go take a look at the Lizzie Wizzy card. I know which one you're talking about, but I wanna look at it with everybody. Now, are you talking about the bootleg Sapphire? Oh, there we go. So, here's the thing about this card that I really like, is that it looks like it could have came off an 80s like sci-fi movie poster. I genuinely think that. I think that this could have came off like an 80s sci-fi movie poster, because obviously it wouldn't be it, or like if a silver pop star could exist in real life, it could be a like concert poster, but it looks like it came straight off of a poster. No one cares about the news. I keep popping that up. But this card to me is, now that we're looking at it, this is a straight up auto include in a blue deck. Especially if you're doing one that's focused on programs, because this is kind of like Alt Cunningham's effect, except it's actually free, you don't have to pay the cost, but it's more balanced because it's 3 or less. So there's going to be a lot more like utility based like unit card or program cards that are 3 or less that you could play. And because it's only 2 RAM, it's splashable as hell. So if for some reason I lean more red, but you know, this is a very splashable card for programs. So you could potentially play like Red Street Kid V, Alt Cunningham, and like a blue or red legend. And those two want to play like focus on getting brain dances and programs and play. And well, brain dances are going to be a program. There's no way that they're not a program. And then you're able to play this out. So like this is such a good auto include for any blue deck. And the fact that it's splashable is nice. And it's a turn 2 play. Now, let's be real. I don't know if you're ever actually playing that turn 2, but because you want to get your programs in the trash. This is like a mid-game kind of card that you play out, you know, when you're trying to set up defenses for like your crackback swing. But great card. So, Faco, what is your favorite card? You know, you're a blue player, so we're going to bring up the blue cards because your favorite card's probably going to be a blue card. So you tell me what your favorite blue card is, and we could evaluate a little bit. And of course, if you have any questions about any cards, I could give the champs thoughts on it. Ugh. Tubin, have you ever drank a 5-hour-old energy drink and just instantly regret it every time you do it? Oh, you want the Brain Dance Maestro. Are you sure? So you want... Hold on. Do the people want to see the champs backer kit? Do you guys want to see what I actually like? Do we want to look at the Kickstarter and I could show you what I picked? We could do that. V Corporate Exile is such a cool, like, room temp Rockstar 3 hours later. It's like the only thing I have right now, unless I go to the refrigerator and go grab something to drink, which I don't want to leave you guys hanging like that quite yet. But yeah, that's why I did. I could go to the Kickstarter page and show what I picked. Frappuccino! Welcome to the stream. Did you bring me a Frappuccino? I could go for a Frappuccino right about now. Yeah, I submitted all my backer kit stuff. I might go back and change something, but I'm not really. If I don't, I don't. Monday they'll show up. Have you checked the? I mean, I'm assuming you've checked those emails in their junk boxes, right? Like where all the spam shit goes, your spam folders. One moment. We're gonna do this the safe way. We're gonna go over the rewards of the Kickstarter, and I'll show you what I picked without actually going to my shit. So, as you can tell, I went the Afterlife package, and I didn't get 27 tier 0s. Or tier 7s. I know that was like the thing I kept telling everybody. I was like, I got 27 tier 7s. Or 20 tier 7s. You know what? That's like $200,000. I couldn't do that if I wanted to. Well, I don't think I would do that if I could. So, already, let's talk about this. What do we guys think about this V Street Kid card? I feel like it would have been cool if we would have gotten... I would... Frappuccino. The champ never lies about anything important. Okay? I never lie about anything important. So what I'm saying here is what I actually pledged that is not important. I've never lied about anything important. This Kickstarter V is so sick. I wish they would do something... Like... What I think would have been cool is if they would have did, like, with all the beta box legends, like a quote like that written on the card. Now, I understand if you do that to all of them, it makes them a little bit less special, so maybe you could do, like, Johnny Silverhand, maybe you could do Adam Smasher, because, like, you could put, like, the Metal Over Meat, or, no, Ender of Legends, like, because we're looking at Legends here doing this. So, Adam Smasher, Ender of Legends, and you could have a quote written on it like that says like all the same meat to me, or something, some Adam Smashery, or you could have a Johnny Silverhand legend that has some kind of signature like that. Am I glad that we got this? But I feel, of course, I'm glad. Like I would never I'm very happy with the beta box. I'm not complaining. This is not me complaining, but it would have been cool. And I love this art, and like I hope that. So I don't know if I'm just. Let me know if I'm alone when I say this, but I wish, or I hope that all these beta box cards that we're getting are going to have the effects on them, because I don't want to be trying to remembering what the hell my legends do, because I will forget. I will absolutely forget. Hold on a second. Needed to change the music again. There was nothing wrong with that song. I was like, it's not. It's a little too different vibe. All right, here is the $15 million question. Was this a good idea or was this a bad idea? I mean, I think we all universally could say this was a great idea. I think it was the best idea. I think it was the easiest idea. Yeah, I agree too. But like, people, and here's the thing that like, a lot of the people who complained have that I don't think they ever took in consideration when it comes to stuff like this. Like, they always go, oh, these cards cost pennies for them to make. This costs nothing for them to make. They should give us all this extra stuff. And people are like not thinking of, and they are wanting like boost. They are like wanting, you know, a deck box in the beta box. They want more sleeves in the beta box, and that's all fine and dandy. But the problem is people don't understand how that affects shipping, right? So if they stuck one of those deck boxes into a beta box, that would have to change the size of the beta box itself. And the size of a box changes the amount of shipping because of the size, the weight, all that goes into consideration. Exactly. Pennies pennies to make at scale is still millions of dollars. Like, people. Now, granted, I feel like a lot of those people were complaining in bad faith, like they're not really thinking about the grand picture of it all. But still, like, people just kind of complain, not really realizing how much money it costs to make at scale for them to do this. Like, they gave us such a high value with just the beta box alone. And to go back to my question I asked about this, them giving this card for backing the Kickstarter, both of them, foil and non-foil, great idea. I can't wait to see this card in person. I'm a Lucy stan. I always will be a Lucy stan, but sometimes I'm a Meredith Stout stan. But Lucy all the way. And of course, we get the David, built different. We get the Rebecca, having a moment. Like, we get all these dope-ass cards for free, just because we backed the Kickstarter. So, like I was telling you before, I backed at the Afterlife package. This is one below the Night City Legend. I wanted to back at Night City Legend so bad. Like, just so bad. Because of a lot of reasons. Because I tend to go big. Like, I tend to go really big if I can. So this was the biggest I could possibly go. Just for my life, you know, Afterlife package. And because I originally was going to think about going just Padre's Blessing, and then what ultimately sold me on the Afterlife package was the fact that with the Afterlife package you get the accessories bundle, because the way I was pricing it was you get Padre's Blessings and an all accessories bundle, and it came to like $1,500 ish. I can't remember, but you're sacrificing one set of starter decks and 2 cases, and so my thought process was, I'm already going to be giving away a lot of cards. I am already going to probably be selling a lot of cards on TCG Player. So make sure you check out the Champ TCGs on TCG Player when the Cyberpunk TCG goes live on TCG Player. Self-plug there. But I have plans in my brain for like what I want to be able to do with all these extra cards, what I want to be able to do with the extra booster boxes and stuff, because realistically I don't need all this. I really don't. But yeah, I'm gonna have a shit ton of cards. Netrunner, let's go. So I forget who said it. I think Netrunner, no, it's tier 4. The Street Cred pack was the best overall value because someone did the math on it. But Netrunner is a really good choice too. You get 2 booster boxes, 1 of each starter kit. You get the beta box. I mean, you get everything you need, really. So I'm just stupid and I like to go ham. So what you do, Fako, is you open up till you have all the play sets you need. Then you keep 1 box for collection, and then you give the rest to the champ. So, let's go through. Oh, this is another reason why I really wish I could have gotten the Night City Legend, because I wanted this Johnny Silverhand so bad. That art is so sick. Like, look at this. Oh, shit. It didn't do what I wanted to do. Look at how good that's, like, that card is going to look insane foiled. But it just wasn't in the cards for me. No pun intended. Follow the chant for more TCG financial advice. I can never steer you wrong. Which Street Kid V? Male Street Kid V? Vincent? I think it is just Vincent. But I'll be real. This Jackie Whale's mama's favorite card. That card looks gorgeous. Like, typically, I like a little bit more contrast in my cards, but for some reason, like, the way that sun sets in the cool shadows in the corner, that card looks beautiful. And I know it's going to look beautiful when it's foiled out. Now, I remember they revealed Lucy as one of the first, or was it one of the first tier 7s that you can get? I can't remember. I just know it was, there you go. There's the Judy Alvarez that Faco wants. The Brain Dance Maestro. I might as well just leave this open. Look at that. Look at that beautiful card. Like, they really knocked it out of the park with this Judy Alvarez. They really did. Like, I'm not even that big of a Judy fan. Look, I think, like, timeout. I like Judy as a character. I think I'm not a Judy stan. Like, I'm not a Judy simp. Like, to me, she's great. She's a cool character. But I don't have the biggest, like, I don't have, like, a big crush on Judy like some people do. Not hating on anybody who has a crush on Judy. But this art alone is, like, S tier all the way. So, in my add-on, so let's go with the sleeves. I'll talk about the sleeves. So, I think I picked, if I remember correctly, I picked Lucy's sleeves. And here's the thing that about the full art sleeves is I'm never going to use them, only because if I use art sleeves, I have to get over sleeves, which means my deck is going to be like this fucking tall, and because I'd be like super afraid of damaging them. So here's the thing about Pan Am, and this is going to be blasphemy to the Pan Am people. I think she's probably, I find her the most attractive out of the two female romances that you could have. But I think, and I could, I feel like she's just the most bitchy when you don't agree. Like, she's just has very toxic tendencies, and that's the best way to put it. That is true, Frappy. That is true. It won't be that tall. I come from a game that the card decks, the deck limit was 50 to 60 cards. Don't you boo me. Don't you boo me. I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. Alright. So, that is what I picked for the sleeves. So, the neoprene playmats. So, this one was tough, because I kind of wanted to go the Judy mat because of the colors. Right, and that's sort of kind of what my whole thinking was too, Tubin, is like, I would use them for binder sleeves. But, that's neither here nor there. Songbird. Who doesn't love the Blackwall Nuke? So, for the neoprene mat, this one was kind of tough for me to pick because there's a lot of arts here that I like. I almost went Judy Alvarez because I like the colors. So I'm a big fan of the Vaporwave blue, pink, purple, like ombre fade, and that's sort of like why I like it so much. It's part of the reason why the art is so preem. But I actually ended up going the iconic rare Atom Smasher playmat. And so this is going to be... So this is the iconic rare for the Legend. Because this is Endure of Legends. And so this art was based on the Atom Smasher in Edge Runners. And I'll be honest, the art kind of grew on me. You know, I kind of like it. And of course, I already have one Atom Smasher playmat. I think I've showed everybody it like 10 times already, but I do have an Atom Smasher playmat custom made. And I wanted to get this mat. But it was a tough call. Now, the cloth playmat was super easy for me to pick. I went with David and Lucy. Again, I'm a Lucy stan. I also love Edge Runners. I love the story. I love the colors of this mat. So it was easy. So here, the thing is with the cloth mat is I did again, I could have gone the iconic rare Atom Smasher cloth playmat, but it's red as hell. And I'm not really a red guy. I don't know how to explain that. Like, red's not my favorite color. It's not my worst color. But I also just didn't really want a giant Arasaka brand on him. And that was kind of where I landed on it. Because, again, I'm not an Arasaka guy. I'm just an Atom Smasher fan. So I went with Lucy and David. I did consider male V and female V because it has the same kind of synthwave ombre colors. And I honestly considered the actually just like the basic Cyberpunk cloth mat. But I felt like that was a little too basic for this amount, like this level of a playmat without getting like the special art. So ultimately I landed on Lucy and David. Now we're going to talk about the dice. So the dice were a little bit tougher for me than I thought it would be. But it did end up going the Johnny Silverhand and the Atom Smasher. Because the way that I look at myself, my persona as the champ, is I'm kind of like Atom Smasher, but with Johnny Silverhand's personality. I could be off base there. You guys could tell me what I'm more like. But like this, but I was really having a hard time picking these because I love the Jackie dice because I like the colors. I like the gold on red, and I like the roses. But I'm not really a big it's just not my vibe. I don't know how else to put that. And of course, I really thought about getting the Judy dice because they're my color scheme that I like. You know, the blue, the light blue. But I didn't really want the big mock skull floating around in there. Now, I actually, excuse me, God. I actually almost went with the core Cyberpunk dice just because, you know, it's kind of cool. Like, these are my event dice. You know, they're not the ones that I'd be sad if I lost any of these dice, but if I, like, for some reason somehow lost one of my core Cyberpunk dice, I wouldn't have been super upset as I would be with, like, a Johnny Silverhand dice. But I mean, look at that. Look at the Jackie dice, man. Those are so hot. Like the gold and the deep red just looks so good. Now, deck boxes. I think I only got one deck box. Yeah, one deck box. I actually went with the Judy Alvarez deck box. And that was purely sold by the colors. The colors are everything for me. Without those colors, I probably would not have gone with the Judy deck box. Because there's just the colors. I mean, and just to clarify, I went with the Judy, the non-iconic deck box, the one up here, the purple in light blue with the iconic art background. I thought about Smasher, but again, I didn't really want the Arasaka branding on it. Pan Am, I'm not a Pan Am guy. David Martinez, I really thought about really hard because I am a David fan. But as cool as that art is, there's something about it that I find off-putting. Like, it's a little too realistic. I don't know how else to put that, and it makes David look a little weird. I don't think it's detachable. I think it's just part of the deck box. I could be wrong though. White on red, it just kind of reminds me of a to-go box. I think if it didn't have the Mox branding on there, I would have went with this box because I'm more of a cyan and a pink fan more than I am a light blue and purple fan. But I'm a fan of the Ghost in the Shell symbol on there and that art. So Judy Alvarez deck box sold. Now the Preem deck boxes. I did get a Preem deck box add-on. And it's obvious. I went with Lucy. Lucy Cucinato deck box. I mean, look at the exterior of this deck box. Oh. Okay. I mean, if they're detachable, they're detachable. No, they are detachable. Hold on. I'll blow up the image. Because you can see it's disconnected right there. It's disconnected. So the dice tower is detachable. Good on them for that design. But the moon, Lucy's eye, the opalescent foil rainbow reflective exterior, the dope art, the tattoo on her back, it's everything about this deck box is so hot. So hot. And Rebecca's looks good too. I'm not saying Rebecca's don't look good too, but they're like, oh man, that Lucy box is so hot. Binders. So there's been a lot of talk about this with the binders within my personal Discord. So I ended up going with the foil Lucy Cucinato binder, but I am debating on going to a standard card back because Loquetta and Faco, I think it was Faco or it was Ags. It was Faco or Ags. Kind of brought up the fact that, you know, it's just overall like having a clean, like covers all bases back and it's thematic and everything. So I might switch over to a card back binder, but if I do, I'm going to go with the Legend card back binder. It is like there's like the problem is you want them all. The problem is you want them all. What up, Hags? And I didn't do any disc plates. And again, there's the all accessories bundle. So if I would have went with Padre's Blessing, it would have been like $1,400. And I still would have gotten everything. But I still wanted all the cards. Like for me, one case just isn't enough, especially when one case is 6 boxes. If it was like Dragon Ball where one case was 12 boxes, maybe I would have settled down with the Padre's Blessing and just did an all accessories bundle. But it was not. And there's some people I know who just got everything. But imagine doing the completionist bundle. Every design, everything. $2,270. Holy shit. And of course our partners and all that. So, with that being said, who's got questions for the champ? We're going to take a minute. I'm going to stop looking at that. I'm going to go full screen mode. Talk to me. Talk to the champ. How's everybody doing? This is an AMA section. Ask me anything. I'm an open book. And I'll warn you. I will warn you. My camera might die because I'm using my phone. And for some reason, it's charging so slow and I need a longer cord. Actually, I'm going to save this. I will be right back. As you guys think of questions for the champ, I will be right back. No, I was grabbing a charger. Because I'm not going to let this stream die because of that. Focus, damn you. Focusing. 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 Oh, you hoe. Quit being a hoe. 1 second. I will fix this. There we go. Focus fixed. I am in 4K. You can see the champ's guns in 4K. Charger for his body. What are my hopes for Gen Con? Honestly, so breaking news for those of you who don't know, I was asked to volunteer to help out at Gen Con. So my entire weekend is going to be spent at the Weird Co booth, being a volunteer, helping them demo games and all that. So all weekend I'm going to be at the Weird Co booth at Gen Con. So if you are going to Gen Con, you know where to find me. I just hope that everybody gets the camp experience that they want. I hope that we get plenty of people to come out and play the game. I really want to have high hopes for spreading the love, spreading the hype. I just want this game to blow up so bad. And you want to know some fun fact that I found out about? I will not tell. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's exclusive information. But basically, where the Weird Co booth was where the Magic booth was going to be. We kicked Magic out. Cyberpunk TCG kicked Magic out. Frappuccino asks, what is my favorite kind of taco? So, I'm a basic bitch when it comes to taco fillings. I just like my ground beef, my cheese, my taco sauce. But the real thing that makes a good taco for me is going to be a fried flour taco. And I really like the crumbliness of flour tacos. Like corn tacos are fine. The tacos you get at Taco Bell are fine. The shell is fine, but no, I know it's like I don't think that's really necessarily a bad thing to say. I just don't like. I don't really know that much shit. I just don't know if that was necessarily a secret, but like I like a good like flour taco that crumbles really well. Like because sometimes when you're eating a corn taco that's fried, it like turns into like shards. And I don't know if you've ever bit down on like a taco and like literally it jabs into your gum line and it fucks you up. That's why I like flour tacos. So the other thing is soft tacos. Sometimes, so soft tacos to me are just lazy burritos. Like you just didn't have the effort to fold it into a burrito, so you just fold it in half and eat it like a soft taco. Yo, now y'all make me want tacos now. Fuck. Someone ordered me tacos. I want a taco. Oh, fuck. If I had to delete one card from the Cyberpunk TCG. Yo, Syntax! Welcome to the stream. I just saw you pop in. I'm sorry about that. How's your night going? We're asking the champ anything. So if you think of a question that you want to ask the champ, I will answer it. So if I had to delete one card from the CCG Cyberpunk TCG currently, well, fuck it. Let's bring up the list. Let's bring up the list. So, if I had to pick one to remove, like now, Tubin, are you asking like in terms of, do I just think it's a bad card? Do I hate this card? Or like, what is the criteria of like why I would want to delete one of the cards? Or is there a criteria that you're looking at here? Because I'm gonna think about that while you answer, because I'm gonna scroll through these, because that's a really good question. Holy shit! How dare you put me on such a hard choice? Why would I delete Adam Smasher? So, I think Ags there is sort of on the same line of thinking for me. I'm trying to find the card. I think, yeah. So, I think it might be just out of spite, purely out of spite. It's this card, Caliber. Because I fucking hate hand destruction with a passion. And this card is hand destruction. It's like the worst kind. Like, it is like the most hand destruction-y card in the game right now. Fuck this card. Fuck it. Fuck this card. But if we're going to talk about playability and flavor. So, playability is kind of tough because we're in set 1, right? So, like, my first thing that comes to my mind when I think about playability is, like, for example, a Psycho Squad, right? Psycho Squad, I mean, to me, vanillas are the type of cards that age the worst. Like, they, it's a 4 cost with 6 power, so it has its place in the game, especially early on in a TCG, because it is a big swing for effectively turn 1 if you're going second, or turn 2 going first. But it will get power equipped fairly quick when we get more cards. I think they said that there's only 1 vanilla per color, but if I had to pick one just for playability reasons, it'd be Psycho Squad for blue, or any of the vanillas, because again, they're not gonna have a good shelf life. Let's talk about flavor. Flavor's a little bit tougher to really think about, because I feel like they do the flavor really well in this game. But we will look. All right, guys, it's time for Champ Jam. I don't think YouTube has clips, so don't clip that. I feel like that's the most champ thing I've done all day. Let me rail back an energy drink and then Champ Jam. Yeah, I agree. It's really tough to like hate something for flavor. I know, like it's not on here anymore, right? But if it was still on the list, my pick would have been Reboot Optics, because that card's skill made no sense to me for a card called Reboot Optics, but they've already removed it. So, so that would have been my pick, but they've already taken it off the revealed list, which tells me that they heard the community and that they're reworking it. So, there's that. So I think that would be my 3, but if we're talking about like what it's currently here, again, Emergency Atlas. Okay, hold on, pause. Okay, if we're gonna go for all the vanillas, this for sure is getting thrown out the trash, because It's a 3-cost 4 power. That card is not gonna live, or is not gonna survive the meta very long. Oh, this card. This card pisses me off. Why did they change this card? They ruined my boy Sandy. They ruined the Sandy. This card, like, I didn't think this needed to be changed. It's a 3, like, you don't get adrenaline anymore. I feel like Sandevison is like the perfect card to give, like, perfect piece of gear to give your your unit adrenaline, and they took it away and made it like be able to be restood. I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong here. For those who played 2077, this effect seems more like a Koreznikov effect. You think Sandy is better? You're damn right I'm sand devastated. I wanted to Hold on, explain yourself, Seesaw. You think that's better? I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your soul right now, Seesaw. Explain thyself. Tell me that why this card is better now. Sorry, I just got way too passionate about that. I'm not yelling at you, I promise. That just, like, caught me so hard off guard. Yeah, let me see if I bring up the old. I need to find the old one. Not gonna be in there. Where's the old one? Aha! So, where to go? Where to go? Says, for 3, you get +3 power, and this unit can attack spent units this turn. So, I feel like this is like what the Sandevison was meant to do, because you're activating Sandevison and you're getting a speed boost, so you're blowing past that. He said, "Just pull out my alpha kit." I mean, I could do that. Brought to you by Weirdco. So, Ags, are you saying that you like the old one better, or you like the new one better? I just want to clarify. I don't know. I just like the maybe. Well, we were talking about like flavor wise, but I just feel like, which one did I get? Oh, let me show you which one I got. I almost gave myself a plastic cut. Maybe I'm the crazy one here. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Huh. It's not gonna work. Maybe I'm the crazy one here. Maybe I just think. I think like the problem with it in the alpha kit though that it was kind of hard to play. Like I sold it more often than I played it, but it was also a 3 cost, which is in certain situations is a tough play to make. I would never do such a thing. Unless it was gonna, like, I don't know, help me out a lot. If I really needed the help. Maybe one day. So yeah, this is a new effect. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. So Reboot Optics. Thank you, Syntax. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe if you already haven't. And of course, I want you to have a good night. Thank you for joining me tonight. This is the first time I've streamed in a very, very long time. I feel like I do better as a streamer than I do as like a video maker, because the way that the champ functions is I speak from the heart a lot. I speak from a point of passion, and it's, as much as I like making videos, it's hard for me to make a video and then want to sit down and edit it. So like if I had like a full-time editor, that would be more likely to happen to where I make more videos, but those are expensive. But I do know it's been so long since I've had a video out that I did end up losing a subscriber. I was at 302, and now I'm at 301. It's okay. It's okay. All right, who has another question for me? Surely you guys aren't done with quizzing the champ. Frappy, are you an editor? Are you volunteering as tribute? You bet it was Jay. Well, so Eggs, speaking of Dragon Ball players, I'm honestly surprised I didn't lose a shitload of subscribers when I first started making Cyberpunk TCG content, because I was at over, I want to say, I want to say I was a little over 200 or a little under 200 of just Dragon Ball people. And I thought I was going to lose them all, but I didn't really lose that many. I lost a couple, but like my growth from Cyberpunk TCG was overrode that pretty hard. Who's for favorite? Are you asking me if I have a favorite person from Arasaka? Oh, who's your favorite Arasaka? That's Adam Smasher. Easy. Floodgates. All right, let's talk about floodgates. Floodgates are a slippery slope, to be perfectly honest. Because floodgates could be very imperative to the livelihood of a game's meta, but at the same time, floodgates can also ruin the meta, because, and I can tell you for sure, for a fact, from the Dragon Ball Supercard Game Masters, there was a point in time where floodgates legitimately ran the entire meta, where it was basically the game stalled out until whoever ran out of floodgates, and then they went for the push. So there is a place for them, but they have to be properly balanced to where they're playable enough, but that they're not going to take over the game. And I feel like floodgates in this game would have to be very carefully designed, because we have to remember that we're on a 7-game clock, or 7-turn clock. We're trying to, before we hit overtime, and then it's a sudden death. And so we don't have the luxury of going to fucking 12 turns. We're, you know, the way that this game is designed is that we're supposed to be getting through these games within 15 to 20 minutes with fluent players. And with floodgates, that could really drag that to a screeching halt. That's why there probably won't be any effects that and I could be wrong. But I don't think there's going to be any effects that's going to revolve around the idea getting rid of captured gigs back into the fixer area, because that would make the game go a turn longer for every gig that you roll back. And I mean, it would avoid overtime, but you get my point. Let's see. If I could add any character to the game, who would it be? Like any character ever, or like any character in Cyberpunk? Any regrets with the game so far or the Kickstarter? Honestly, no. I feel like I had a pretty good perspective on what the game's goal was and how they were trying to handle everything, and I knew from the get-go that they were going for a slow start. They were going for, just sort of like that setup to where they were going to introduce the game in a slower fashion for the build-up, because they knew that they really didn't want the game figured out before it was ever released. Like, the card release schedule, to me, was a great idea, as painful as it was to wait on, but it was a smart idea. Their logic behind everything has been sound, and they haven't given me a reason to feel any sort of regret yet. I mean, let's be 100% serious. I don't want to sit here and say I'm Weird Co's biggest supporter, Cyberpunk TCG's biggest supporter. I'm probably one of. I mean, I will say I'm the only one crazy enough to get that done, but I don't know if you even saw that, but but I'm the only one crazy enough to do that. But I made a promise to the people, and the champ pulls through for the people. But yeah, no, so far I just can't say there's anything that I'm necessarily like regretting or even really disappointed in. If anything, there has been like more of the community that I've been disappointed in, more so than Weird Co themselves. But that's just because I get upset with a certain level of entitlement that people feel, and so it brings on the chat. But we usually deal with those people. Do both. Any character ever, or any character in Cyberpunk, the one character that I would love to see in the game that isn't already in the game. Honestly, it'd have to be Songbird, because, and this is not to win over Frappuccino's little heart, but it's true, because I want to see what they do with her, because there's going to be at least two versions of her that we're going to see in the game. It's going to be the beginning one where she's still her like sane stealth, and there's going to be Blackwall Songbird. So you saw Morgan Blackhand for sure. I do want to see Morgan Blackhand, but the reason why I didn't say Morgan Blackhand right off the rip is because he is a lot more unlikely than Songbird, and that's because Mike Pondsmith has such a fucking tight grip around the control of Morgan Blackhand that it's going to be a very, very long time, or if ever, that he ends up in the Cyberpunk TCG. I think he will be. I really do. I think he will eventually be a part of the Cyberpunk TCG, but that's going to be further down the line when Mike Pondsmith figures out what the hell he wants to do with Morgan Blackhand. Any character in fiction? Any character in fiction? Oh God, I know the answer to this question. Hold on, I gotta make sure I know how to pronounce the name. Any character in fiction to be added to the Cyberpunk TCG? Motoko Kusanagi, the Major from Ghost in the Shell. Oh, that would be sick. She'd be such a sick solo. Oh my God. Motoko Kusanagi, the Major. If you don't know who that is, you need to go watch Ghost in the Shell. I swallowed wrong. No diddy. Another character that I'd like to see from any kind of fiction is obviously God. Again, I'm so bad with names. Oh God. Rick Deckard. You know, why would we not want Blade Runner? You know, the Blade Runner. You know, he'd be great. God, that fucked me up so bad. Shit. Oh. Syntax. So Ghost in the Shell is like, it's definitely a cyberpunk anime, but like it's different than like what we know as cyberpunk for as far as like the cyberpunk IP. But you'll see what I mean. But yeah, the Major for sure. The Blade Runner for sure. Oh God, that fucked me up so bad. Oh God. How do I think Cyberpunk TCG will play into the future of the IP and especially Orion? I mean, that's easy. So if they were smart, and Weirdco is smart, they would line up an Orion set with the release as sort of like a way to promote the game, promote both games. So, and the reason why I know this is a great idea, because Dragon Ball Super Masters did it when the Broly movie came out. They released the set called Destroyer Kings, which is the first set that I started playing in, and that came out right as the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie came out, and that really helped bolster the advertisement of the game. And so it would be a smart move for Weirdco if there was when Orion eventually releases, to release a set that coincides with that release. And of course, same thing with Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2. I mean, I know that's closer to release than Orion is, I think, but that would be my suggestion. I mean, you're not wrong, Fappy. There would be some spoilers, so I should say, like, hold on. Let me clarify. It would definitely be after it came out, like, but it would have been within the same like quarter of release. So because there's going to be a couple of months in between, probably, where like the movie's out, or not movie, the game is out. People would have already played through the campaign, and then the release. Because that's how it was with Dragon Ball Super Masters Broly. Is the movie came out, and then like a month or two later, the set came out. So that's sort of what I mean. I don't necessarily mean that they had to release at the same time, but just sort of some sort of like parallel timeline to where they're benefiting each other. One thing that I think they could do is that I think we all want are promo cards of alt arts of current Cyberpunk TCG cards with the faces of Weirdco members. Like, imagine a Donnie card. Like, who would Donnie be in the Cyberpunk TCG? Like, what would his face go on? And I don't mean real Donnie, I mean eyebrows Donnie. What? Okay, hold on. What if Donnie was on this card? Donnie's face. How do I want them to address promos? How do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that question? Because there's a couple different ways I can answer that. Guys, we've been streaming for over 2 hours. It's been a good time, hasn't it? It's so fun talking with the people. And for those who've been here since the beginning, I appreciate you hanging out. So I think Ags, I think that'd be a smart thing to do. I feel like if they were going to make mechanically unique promos like you would get in something like Masters or a Bandai game, they would have to be only promos that you could get that are able to be gotten from like store events. Like I wouldn't want them to be like high tier regional pricing, because then the price of those cards would skyrocket to the top of the fucking charts. So if they were to do promos that did have mechanically unique abilities, I think it would have to be, I would want it to be lower tier promos that anybody could get. But I think overall, I think the better idea for like promos is just alt arts of current cards. But local promos with different abilities would probably be okay. And Frappy, I hear you. But if you like, when you have mechanically unique cards that are from like at a local level, they're a lot easier to get than you might think. But I understand where you're coming from, because it is a touchy thing, because some promos are just so fucking expensive. But but there's always usually a cheap version and an expensive version. So like in Masters, here, let me pull up TCG Player. I'm gonna show you some cards, all right? Actually, no. Yeah. I'm gonna show you some Masters cards. Oh God. Oh God. It's been so long since I navigated this. Promo. Where you go from high to low. So, what you're looking at right here looks ridiculous, but scalpers have really, really slapped their dick on the Dragon Ball community. But what I'm getting at is that this is an alt art of a regular card. So, of a regular SR. So, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like an expensive alt art of a card. And obviously there's no listing, so the price is ridiculous for no reason. But we'll bring up this one. So this is like a regular tournament promo that you can get at a local event. This is a alternate art. No, I think this is a regional. This is a regional card. Excuse me. So there's a cheaper version of this card, is what I'm getting at. So this is a regional level alt art of this card. But there is a regular art of it that you could get in at the same regional, and it's significantly cheaper. I don't know if this is any of your guys' first TCG, and I know there's some of you that isn't your first TCG, but I'm going to tell you that cards, no matter what, are going to be expensive. They just kind of are, and expensive is a relative term. Like, obviously, I'm not saying you should be okay with spending $3,000 on a serial numbered SCR on a Gohan. Like that's for the uber rich collector rares, like collectors. That's not for regular people. But what I am getting at is when it comes to promo level stuff, or even like mid to high rarity cards, don't be shocked when you see something like a $10 to $20 card like that. I mean, I'm not trying to like justify necessarily overly expensive cards. I'm not like, if this card was like $40, I'd tell you you're insane for paying for that. But this card exists and it is $13. But I'm just saying, like, when we get to the real set, and this is just sort of a reality check that I'm trying to explain. Like, when they get to the real set, when you want to get your alt-art iconics, those are going to be, like, anywhere, depending on the playability, depending on the character, depending on the popularity, those are going to be anywhere from, like, $10 to fucking $30 cards just to bling out your deck. And that's why they're doing a good job. Weirdco is doing a good job for making a lower rarity version of these cards that you can play. So the game isn't price locked, but it is somewhat expensive to bling out your decks. It's somewhat. I mean, and Weirdco is doing everything they can to make this game as accessible as possible. But what I am trying to say is, like, if this is your first TCG, don't be freaked out because you see a $10 card. I mean, for some people that's expensive, and for some people that's not. I think it's probably, for my experience, something like that is like an average, to be perfectly honest. But I digress on that. Like, I think, like, when, like, the secret rare alt art of Judy, that one art that we've all seen, that's like her smoking a cigarette, that's going to be an expensive card. It just is, because it is going to be a secret rare alt art. But it's going to be an alt art. So there's going to be a cheaper version of that card. That's just the reality of it. And I hope that doesn't put anybody off. I'm probably explaining this terribly, but you guys get what I'm saying. Zombie Parent, welcome to the stream. I don't know if you've been lurking. I don't know if you've not, but I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a good night. Yeah, absolutely, Fako. Pokemon decks costing $50 to $60 is a fucking fantastic number. Like, there was a World Championship winning Pokemon deck that was $30 in total. And it won Worlds. That's like a dream. The only reason why Pokemon is expensive is because people, as collectors, taking every high rarity version of a card and making it expensive for no reason. But I feel like if nobody in Pokemon is playing their SIRs. I feel like, did like my playlist like completely cycle? Holy shit. We're gonna listen to some Death Clock. We're gonna listen to some Death Clock. Well, Fako, I would too if I had him. I'm a rarity hoe, and that's why I'm in a lot of debt. I would say about 80% of my like credit card debt is because of Dragon Ball Super Masters. So I understand. I'm not judging anybody for playing their high rarity cards. I would do the same. I do the same shit. I'm just saying that there's always going to be options to have a way into the game that's playable. Like you know what I think would be really great for me personally? I love Death Clock, Fako. The show is so goated. Like, I had never been sold so hard on a band from a fucking been a fan of a band if it wasn't for that cartoon. It was absurd. Fuck, where was I going with that?
It's every breath of giving truth.
So let me ask you guys. Are there any disappointments with this game in the Kickstarter that you want to express? Oh, I just remember what point I was going for. While you answer that question, what I was getting at is one thing that I really hope for is that the starter decks are viable. I feel like that makes it a great entry point because because new players are going to buy the starter decks, right? Well, most new players. And the thing with starter decks is that more often than not, they're usually garbage in terms of playability. They function, you can play them, but they never stand a chance against playing something actually constructed. What I'm hoping for with the starter decks with Cyberpunk TCGs, I'm hoping that they're actually like playable and they could actually stand up to constructed decks. Like maybe you have to put two of them together to make a really formed deck, but I I really hope that's the case because honestly, I would love to have a reason to open up those starter decks, and I'm gonna open them anyway. But like, I'm gonna have three of each starter deck, so I'm gonna have two extra that I'm probably gonna give away. Stay tuned for the channel for when I do giveaways and stuff like that, and probably pricing for whatever. So speaking of pricing, one thing that I want to do for the community is I eventually want to do online tournaments because I think that this game is very playable online. It's a little bit more complicated because you have the dice, but I do think there's a way around it that makes it easier. And I'd really love to pitch the idea to Weirdco. Maybe they've already thought of it, but what would you guys think? So you have tournament pairing apps, right? For those who play other TCGs, there's uh there is apps like for you to check your pairings, to report your results and all that. But what about for like the Cyberpunk TCG? There was an for their app for the pairings. There was an on like a mobile digital dice roller that is for your specific game, and for like it shows your table. There's like a set of dice that you could roll from like a fixer area, and then it keeps track of like a log of what you rolled, so you can't like lie about it. Now, you probably wouldn't use this at live events, but if for some reason someone didn't have dice at a live event, then there's that opportunity. But if you're in an online game, like an online tournament, it would be required so that people in webcam tournaments can't like move their dice around when their opponent isn't working or isn't looking, and so that solves a cheating issue with that particular like fear. And of course, if for some reason an opponent changed their dice number on the app, there would be a log of it, and then a judge can go in, view the logs, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Play or Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book. Like how the judges can go back on the logs and see all the player actions. And so a judge can go in there, see the player action, and they go, yo, why did you change your dice without any prompting? Like that's sort of something that I thought about a long time ago because I feel like that would help alleviate it. Now, granted, if you're playing with a tight-knit community, you shouldn't have to worry about that. But there's always bad actors in card games because people who win card games, they know that there's a value in terms of selling these cards and trying to make a profit, so people will do anything to get to that W. And I think adding that kind of like dice roller would be really cool. I understand it'd be really difficult, probably, sorta, because there'd be a lot of like mini channels that I would have to handle it, but I think it's doable. I'm not smart enough to explain to Weirdco how the app would work, but that's like, my pitch for that. So, exactly, Zombie. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that they have to be tier 1 level decks out of a box, because otherwise that kind of, that's one of those things where it kind of takes the fun out of building decks. But I just want them to not be completely dog shit after release. I don't want it to be like, oh, I can only play this Arasaka deck against the V and Friends starter deck. Like, I just would want it to be viable for sure.
That's right. That's right.
I feel like I would need to stand up, but then you guys would be staring at my crotch.
On your face.
Oh shit. Zombie, you weren't here earlier, I don't think. What is your favorite color in this game? I have seen the bat metal animations. I have seen the animations. And that is actually where I found out about the song. I found bat metal before I realized it was Death Croc. Like, I knew of Metalocalypse at the time, but I didn't put two and two together that bat metal was Death Croc. And then I found out about it. I was like, oh, it makes so much. Like, I immediately was like, how did I not know that? I don't know if y'all can hear my dogs barking. I apologize. What the hell's playing now? This is... Oh! You know what? We're gonna listen to this. Some actual Cyberpunk. I mean, my dogs aren't barking constantly, but like every now and then I'll hear Arthur boof. And I'm like, guy's over there is just losing his mind. So, I'm kind of disappointed in you right now, chat. Tacos have not made it to my desk yet. You got me all riled up on tacos earlier. Is this Keanu's band? Was it his band that did the song, did the music for this game? Or for Samurai, I should say? I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I'm so afraid to search anything. I have not dropped my address. No, I have not done that. I don't know who I could trust in here to send me tacos. Oh, that's fair. You know, Keanu Reeves did a really good job when Mike Pondsmith has stated that the only person who can be Johnny Silverhand anymore is Keanu Reeves. That's all he sees now. Although, I would like to see someone be blonde-haired young Johnny. I could. So here's the thing, right? Oh yeah, it is Refuse. That's right. Zombie's right. So I'll tell you why I am so afraid of searching things is I know, knowing myself, and you know, this is probably going to say a lot about me. Well, I'm a human being. There's probably going to be porn that shows up somehow because, like, in my search bar, and I'm like, I don't really need the people to see that. Not that you needed to know that, but you know. I honestly never thought, like, here's my frustrating thing about Blue, is that there's a lot of fucking voodoo boys in this goddamn game, or in Blue. And it makes sense. I understand why voodoo boys are blue, but God, I hate the voodoo boys. Some bastard-ass gangers. Well, let's talk about modded Kusanagi. This card is great. Champ lore? I'm an extremely open book. That's why, like, when I tell you AMA, I don't care. Like, unless it's going to get me in trouble. There was a lot of it. You're correct. Like, I have stories for days. I have way too many like stories for days, and they're all degenerate as fuck. I also want to play blue and red as it currently stands, but I'm really waiting to see, like yellow. Yellow is doing some things right now that has my attention. I think there's another ramp card coming our way, and if there's another ramp card, I might be leaning back towards yellow. It just really depends on like what version of Atom Smasher I want to play. Mata Kusanagi is a great card, so it's just constantly up. Like, you can't really get rid of it. Or at least you can't get rid of it very easily, and it's just a constant pain in the ass to deal because you're either for sure getting a gig unless they prepare for it, or you're killing one of their units. It's kind of like a sneak attack in your hand every time. Like, you swing with it, do what you want to do with it, and it bounces back to your hand, and you can do it again. Now, I just realized that this has the Tiger Claws tag, which is kind of cool. But I'm not really a Tiger Claws fan. It makes sense that it's a Tiger Claws card, I guess, but it's weird. Have a good night, zombie. I'm glad you stopped in. Get some sleep. Sleep well. Enjoy your dreams. Dream of one day winning an event for the Cyberpunk TCG. That way you could potentially meet me in the championship. See, I kind of agree with you there, Faco. Like, historically, I've always been more of a control player. And green definitely, like, lines up with control a lot more than any, like a blue-green deck seems like that would be the color pairing that I would end up going with my historical, like, strategy, like a green-blue deck. But the thing is like, I haven't seen many characters in the legend slot that I want to play, and that's the problem that I'm running into. Is if there was like a really sweet ass character that I'm so like hard up to play in green, then I would kind of pay attention to it a little bit more. Like, who's the legends in green right now? We're gonna look at the legends in green. So it's Goro, Panin, and Saburo. I mean, Goro's a cool dude and all, and he's got some cool effects, like he really does. But he's not my boy, you know? Panin, great effect. Don't give really a fuck. Don't really care that much about Panin. And I'll be honest, does anybody else think this art is kind of boring? Like, it's not a bad art, but it is kind of boring. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, I think for what we're what we're spoiled with the Cyberpunk TCG, this is like, in terms of like excitement, this is like at the bottom rung of that. Like, I don't like. I'm glad I'm not the only one here. Like, again, great art. It is well done. It looks good. It's just for what I would like to see on a legend card that will be at the bottom of my field the whole time. Could have did a little bit more. Like, maybe with her aiming that big-ass fucking sniper rifle at somebody, you know? Like, just a little bit more action was what I would have wanted. Like, this art is sick. Like, this card is going to look fantastic in foil. It's going to look great at the bottom of your legend area. Oh, my God. Let's talk about that real quick. I forgot about that. Well, hold on. I didn't forget about it, but I wasn't thinking about that earlier. I'm going to bring this up real quick. Why am I suddenly getting like congested? All right, we're back at the Kickstarter. We're gonna talk about this because weirdly, the art for the $20 million Lucy is a little divided, like on the opinion. So I'm kind of curious of what you guys think. What do you guys think of this art? Everybody knows what I think about this card. Tell me what you guys think about this art. Number one, that card is going to look great foiled out. That card is going to look so good foiled out. I think the art is very unique on the take of Lucy. It's still obviously Lucy, but like you could tell the art style is significantly different than what we expected it to be. And it's definitely kind of a lot more of like a manga style, like comic book art. But it's going to look really good foil. Like some people, I saw them say they don't like it, and I personally don't know why, but I respect people's opinion. So someone asked me earlier if I had any regrets or disappointments for the Kickstarter, and I did find one thing that I didn't really care for. I still don't have any regrets, and I understand its existence, but it was kind of a stretch goal that I was like, I feel like they could have done something better for that. And that would have been very early on. It's the $1 million one, the security film. I understand what that's there for, and but I feel like this could have been a different stretch goal. Like I feel like the security film could have been just like a default choice, but I guess it's okay that they made it a stretch goal. Like I'm not that beat up about it, but like out of all the stretch goals, this one that I felt was like the most strange to me. But I mean, it was only the $1 million stretch goal, so it wasn't like supposed to be like a big major. Like it's not that big of a game changer for a like stretch goal, especially compared to when we got all the way up to past $2 million or $20 million. We got all the way up to 2,777,000. So. It's just, out of them all, that was kind of the weird one for me. Like, I like all the stretch goals with the beta box and everything. Preem shit. Let's talk about. Honestly, Seesaw, I feel like a lot of these were planned ahead of time, but I think when we blew through them all so fast, there was like Kawa and Donnie and Luhan running around all over the place trying to figure, like, probably not really running around, but probably like, it probably looked like that SpongeBob meme with his brain running around and they're going through all the file cabinets and they can't find his name. That kind of like, that's what their brains were at. But I feel like I feel like they were pretty. They handled it all really well. Especially like the thing that I think about a lot with Weirdco. No, not at all. Syntax. I don't think that was the case at all. I feel like that stretch goal in particular, where they said, you know what, we're gonna give everybody all the legends in the legend pack. That is 100% that was reactive to what the people wanted, and I think that was like the first one of the first signs to me that I knew that Weird Co was truly listening to us as like consumers, listening to the community and what we wanted. And I think it was a fantastic move, and I think that it was very generous of him for one, and I think it was just overall just a good thing to happen. I think that one for sure was reactive. But I think like who they had planned to be revealed as legends in the Legend Pack were planned out. Maybe the later ones might have been reactive. Like when they ran out of legends, they may have added more. But I do think most of them were planned. And so the two most reactive choices they made with the Kickstarter were the Legend Pack, and then of course, oh no, not that. I mean how they provided 18 or 19 out of possibly 20 star legends to the beta box specters. Do we know that we're only getting like 20 legends? I feel like there's still more to come. I mean, I don't have the stats for that, but I feel like I feel like we would have more legends. Well, because their skills haven't been revealed. I mean, because I think like when you're counting, like there's some legends that they gave us that aren't part of the set. So thinking about like all the Edge Runners legends, you got to take them out of that equation. They did give us a lot. I think it was like 14 beta box legends, and I think, but I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know. I think like the real surprise for them was how high it went, and I think like they were prepared, but they weren't ready. Like they were prepared, but they weren't expecting to. I think I know what you're asking now. Like I don't think they were expecting to hit 20 million like they did. I think I firmly believe that they knew that the game was going to fund for sure. I could have told you it was going to fund, but because the IP's too iconic, it's too popular, TCGs are hot, and really what it broke down to is them selling the game mechanics. But I think it would have funded no matter what, just from a collector standpoint, because people like the Cyberpunk just in general. Favorite fixture out of the ones revealed so far? Oh gosh, what was it? Wakako, Sebastian. Who were the one? Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember who are all the fixes that got revealed. What were all the fixes that got revealed? Remind me. Because I know Dino wasn't one of them, and I wanted it to be one of them. Probably Rogue, honestly. Now that I think about it, because it's hard for me sometimes to remember that Rogue's a fixer, because I still think of her like a solo, even though she's the main, the biggest fixer in Wakako, Padre, Dex, El Capitan. Out of those four, I'd say probably El Capitan. Dex can eat a dick. But that's just out of spite, really, more than anything. But out of the characters that I like, I'd probably say El Capitan. But out of the whole set, I think probably Rogue. Yeah, Faco, after I get off here, I think I might go get tacos myself. Taco Bell's right down the street from me. I knew Dex was an option. You know, Dex is probably, as much as we hate his guts and for how much of a douchebag he is, he was the first, Wakako was, but he was the first major story fixer that really made an impact. And as bad of a person as he was and how bad he fucked you over by literally killing you, I would be shocked if he wasn't in the set. I would have been shocked. And I knew he was going to be in, like, and of course when they revealed the art, I was like, yeah, that tracks. Let's talk about this stout card though. Now, I just want to talk about Dami Mommy. Why do you hate Wakako? Now I'm curious. So let me tell you why I like this stout card, specifically the art. It's the fact that you're looking up at her, and it shows her the power dynamic of Meredith Stout. I could see that. I could see that, Faco. She's definitely the type of person that would probably like is more. I feel like any of the. I feel like any of the fixers at one point or another would probably screw you over if they had to, but I will say Wakako does seem like one of the ones that plays both sides of the fence more than others. Like Regina, I feel like is a good egg. Rogue is Rogue. Dino probably would sell you out, but Dino is the type of guy that like probably wouldn't get himself involved in something like that. Mr. Hands would probably sell your ass out for any level of power. Dakota, okay. Dakota, the Nomad fixer, is the most non-existent like NPC fixer there is. Like I often forget she exists as a fixer. Mr. Hands grew on me though. Like Mr. Hands used to be that for me. Like I didn't really care for him because you didn't really get to interact with him much in the main game. But when you get into Phantom Liberty, he's a boss for sure. Trying to think of who the other fixers are. So Wakako, Dakota, Regina, Dex, Rogue, Sebastian, El Padre. El Padre is cool. El Padre is another guy that I don't think would sell you out unless he was forced to. He seems like a man of principle. But I don't know. He sold out his own gang. I don't know. They're all kind of... It's Night City. Someone's going to stab you in the back somewhere. You need to play Phantom Liberty, Seesaw. You really do. Oh, this is a different version of Never Fade Away.
We had to pay the price.
Let's play some funk. Funk. Set 2 should absolutely have Faraday. Like, so here's the thing about Faraday. Faraday, I love his design. He looks so cool. He's just a fucking worm. He is a slimy bastard. But he has such a cool design. It's like, even as an anime character, when I watch the show, I have a really hard time looking at his eyes. Because they're just that off-putting. But in like a good way. Like I can only imagine what that would be like as a real person in real life with 3 eyes and 1 singular eye And that's how I know that character works. Because I don't even want to look at his ass. Huh. Well, Chooms, it is getting late. Well, for me, it's almost 9 o'clock. I want to go get food. I want to go get tacos because everybody was talking about tacos. It has been an absolute pleasure hanging out with the people, talking to you guys, talking about the game. We have a countdown again. We are going to September 1st for when we're hoping to be delivered with. I believe in Weirdco. I think we're going to get our cards within the predicted time period. But regardless, we're going to be counting down the days from today to September 1st when this Kickstarter lands at our doorstep. That being said, I think it is time for me to head out. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, fantastic night, fantastic morning, wherever you exist at. But I will talk to you guys later. But one thing for sure is that this is not the end. Catch you later, Chooms.